welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land to the eyebrow stream. Yes, I keep doing this. It's, oh god, it's so frustrating. Anyways, before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps us out so very, very much. If you're interested in joining any of our games, we do have open slots available in many of them. All you have to do is join our Patreon. Link to that is down in the description below at the lower tier. That gets you into our Discord and our community, and you'll be able to set up a one-on-one with me. And you don't have to join our Patreon to get a one-on-one. You just got to get in contact with me. You know, reach out to me. Let me know what you want to do. Show up to one of the live streams. Ping me. I'll send you a message. It's okay. But yeah. Oh yeah, this angle is really pissing me off. Let me fix that real quick. That's better. Hey guys, look at that. I have a neck and shoulders. Anyways, let's get into the action. Hello, everybody. Go ahead, Warwick, and tell us what happened last session.
Last time on Mingled Dreams in the Deep Roots, the party, after going back to Charis and dropping off the other passengers, decided to travel to Zarseth Kittrell to deal with a dragon turtle problem. Upon arriving at Zarseth Kittrell with relatively nothing in between, other than downtime, learning some new things, and whipping, we found out that Zarseth Kittrell did attempt to deal with the dragon turtle problem themselves, with a poorly made military choice of sending everything they had at it, or almost everything they had at it, and diplomacy at the same time. Seeing as this may have been partially their fault, the party decided to help the city against this turtle. And they prepared. Rurik bring in his past knowledge and experience from his old war buddy to get some explosives ready, provided by Arides' parents, or mother at least. Kale making some seedy connections and finding some poison to help out, to help weaken it, and everyone else getting as much support from the city as they could provide. They then set their trap for the turtle. Either the turtle would do this peacefully, or it'd turn into violence. Upon summoning the turtle bravely, Arides soon found that the turtle would not compromise, and thus attacked once the turtle fell into the big old pitfall that we made. And with a mighty swing of his blade, Arides, Vilzerqueath, the champion of Zarseth Kittrell, slew the dragon turtle in a single blow, and thus the city was saved, and the party rewarded for their good deed. And that's pretty much where we left off, I think.
More or less. Now, we are going to fast forward you back just a little bit more. Actually, no. We'll start right there. Right on the beaches. Oh, wait. He's not even here. Fuck. Jesus Christ. Okay. So, I am going to fast forward you guys forward. Sorry about that. Usually I make preparations when I have heads up more than 10 minutes. Give me a second.
The party watches as the thankful Zarseth Kittrell citizens take up Arides and bring him through the city, carrying him in celebration, while the rest of the party's left behind, maybe?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that. Boom. Done. Yeah, it's... Believe it or not everything is improvised by GMs. A lot of it is, but you do have to prepare things sometimes. Which is why I really like when people give me more than a 10 minutes heads up that they're not going to be at a session.
Well, looks like we won't be able to see Arides for a while. The whole city will want to hear of his tale, and congratulate him firsthand.
Wait. Hear about his tale? Nobody wants to hear about his tale. Hopefully he doesn't have any.
No, I'm sorry. His story on how he.
Hey man, I'm
just...
allowed to do this one, because for me, hearing you is the same world.
Hell, am I going to have to get a water bottle? Spray bottle?
If you haven't got one for Creve yet, there's no way you're getting one now.
Hey,
Hey, what?
I didn't make the dry
Spray bottle.
the first dry
Bad.
joke today.
Well,
Anywho.
shall we head back and go see Ravi? Let him know that it's done. Actually, no. Is this? Have we harvested the dragon turtle parts yet?
No.
Oh,
No,
yeah, let's not
this
leave those.
this one is a way too high of CR. It's not going to take you just a day of downtime to manage one of these things. This is an activity of downtime to harvest properly. Its challenge rating is high enough.
Maybe we could take its shell and make some sort of mobile home.
I'm pretty sure that's what someone from Zortha Kitchell was gonna do. They were gonna eat the insides, but leave the shell as like a dome home or something.
That seems kind of shellfish.
It's a rolled up newspaper when you need one.
But we're on fire today, aren't we?
Oh, Jesus.
If you want to know, there actually are some cities in Zoras that are built on top of walking big land totals.
Well,
That's a thing in the neighborhood. Like if we go up to Rosanna or Azarius, we might eventually come across a couple of them.
that does sound interesting, but one thing we should definitely get on right away if it's gonna take longer to so I can't remember the word now. I was about to say decompose, but that's not it. Take apart, disassemble this turtle. We should beforehand maybe get with Ravi to organize some search parties for the hostages that the turtle mentioned.
Oh, right. Yes, I suppose we should let them know that there are turtles.
Yeah,
No,
well-
not turtles, I mean hostages.
Yeah, we'll take whatever boats they have left and go find the island this turtle was at, which it should be relatively close, right? The turtle wouldn't go too far.
Right.
So, as I said, turning one of these creatures into an augment is an ordeal for any of you that are looking into doing it. I copied down the wrong number of days, so ignore my original post. It's a 7 days downtime, and you need a spellcaster that has 6 level spell slot in order to assist with the imbuing of the magic. Which means you guys are going to have to find a spellcaster who can do this.
Well, that's just to make the augment, right? But actually getting the parts, we can do that
Well, the
beforehand,
parts
right?
is the turtle.
Yeah, there's no way we're gonna be able to drag that thing back to the city.
Yeah, the parts that are necessary is the turtle.
And the 7 days it to create the augment, because I guess that it doesn't take 7 days to take out a leash, while it's a high CR enough to get into this kind of stuff.
Right.
So that means that one of us will probably take our downtime finding someone to create us an augment to not lose this opportunity.
So, we'll have Ravi run out around this time. Hey guys, you killed the fucking turtle. That's pretty great.
Oh.
Kyle, can you mute yourself when you're not talking, please? Sorry, we just hear her very clearly. Hey.
Ravi, it's good to see you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, no, most of the credit I think Well, goes to Arighty on this one. After the turtle fell into the trap, he jumped on it and slashed at it, and it
Ooh.
killed the turtle.
Really?
Yeah, he got carried back into the city for celebration right now by the 4 archers that you left us.
Well, that
Wow.
and some poison.
Wait, there was poison?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would help.
Don't forget that there's 2 or 3 deities that were helping us as well. I'm sure they wouldn't appreciate it if you handed the glory to just one person.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh no, I mean of course the gods would have helped us, but it's they can't help directly. They
Yes, but
were instruments of
we
their will, so to speak.
yes, but when we requested, they answered. So it's courtesy to extend some politeness.
Of course.
Oh. So
Oh,
Ravi goes over to the turtle and like opens up its jaw. Why is its tongue folded over down its throat?
That may
I
be the
think-
poison.
It was literally too dumb to live.
Yeah. It swallowed its own tongue and died.
By the way, Ravi, those 2 other boats you mentioned, can we get those out here as fast as we can? The turtle, before we did go attempt a diplomatic approach beforehand, and the turtle said something that it had hostages. So there's people that survivors that we can save.
Really? Yeah. I'll go gather that up now. Hey, what do you guys plan on doing with the turtle? I assume you guys want it as like a trophy or make it into a magic thingy mabobby da boogie.
Probably. But
Yeah.
none of us is skilled enough to do so. Not even our smartass horny wizard.
Looks
Kriv?
over at Creve. What?
I'm not a wizard.
Wait, but you do magic. I thought you were a wizard or one of those sorcery peoples.
I don't do magic. I am magic.
Wait.
So you're a
No,
sorcery
do you mean
person.
that?
No,
Doesn't horny
Creve,
means
Creve, you are not magic, you are ego.
I mean, he's a bit of both, and also it kind of from what I've seen, magic and ego kind of go hand in hand.
Exactly.
Well, so what is it you're missing? Are you missing like a caster to do it for you? Because you could commission someone if you wanted.
Yeah,
Oh.
fortunately, none of us are quite powerful enough for something of this strength.
Well, if you need, we could, I was already sending a letter out to the Slayer's take to see if they wanted to send somebody over here to help us out with the turtle, but, I mean, I could alter that and see if they could send someone out here to help with the magic.
Yeah, with the remains, that sounds like it'd be good. But let's save that for later after we've saved the people that were hostages.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's get on that. Here, and tosses a notebook over to Makit. Fill out whatever you need to, and we'll cover half the cost as a city, okay?
Alright.
And then you and he take off running. Now, we are entering back into downtown time, everybody. As previously stated, downtime is, well, going to go phase by phase by phase by phase. So first off, you guys are going to have to commission somebody to come out here and imbue the magic into the turtle quickly enough that you all can successfully harvest it. Let me open that up. Downtime activities.
Is it possible for Rurik to, or maybe even Creve, to attempt to, sweet talk whoever's coming down here for, a small discount, or maybe some parts of the turtle for themselves.
I mean,
How do you plan on sweet talking over a letter?
I mean, I'm sure Creeves has a way. I mean,
Hmm.
paper used to be a tree, and
And we cast magic mouth on the letter.
oh god,
Jesus
I
Christ.
will
or if you
like-
have that,
Yeah, Makit?
I will say we are able to provide our own gem for the augment. We still have that onyx.
We do. We haven't sold it.
Okay. So you guys need a 6th level spell slot, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Commissioning a scroll is what I'm going to correlate this to, because you are paying for somebody to take the time to come out here and wait 7 days and commit to the ritual itself for all of you. So it is going to be pricey to pay for somebody to do that. So typically speaking, they offer to do it. A 6th level spell slot is 15,000 GP. Now this
Wait,
is because
what?
they have to stay here every day and commit to the ritual every day using a 6th level spell slot to do it. Yeah, it's not cheap to have other spellcasters do shit for you.
it's not. But we did also like, though it's not in roleplay yet. You did say that we were getting paid 5,000. So
That is correct. You all are getting paid money. Also, he said that Zarzith Kittrell will pay for half of it.
yeah, so that's
So-
just 750.
And
seven.
yeah, but we don't have it. We just don't have 2.5K to put.
You don't?
Wait, did that?
We
Oh,
don't.
I misheard. I thought you said it was 1,500, not 15,000. Oh,
No, it's
Yeah, that's expensive.
15,000. Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
No,
that's
we
Did
don't.
it-
We don't even have
is it-
that because we only win. We only get 5,000 from the bounty. So-
And how
we-
expensive is the Onyx that you have? 2,400?
that's
4800.
more than that.
It's a
4800.
4,800 Onyx?
Yeah, since it's legendary tier.
Okay.
Yeah. You do-
So this creature can only make up to very rare. It cannot make legendary. So regardless of the gem you are providing, you're not going to lower the price more than that tier of gem would cost, which would be 2,400. So if you guys have one of the 3rd tier gems instead of the 4th tier, you could use that. The Dragon Turtle
I-
is 2 CR shy of being legendary.
Another option that I don't know if you guys considered is instead of, we don't have to make an augment out of this, but apparently since people would want to, we could sell the remains to like Slayer's Take or whoever is interested in them
Correct.
for a lot of gold to buy augments that we want or equipment that we want.
Very true.
Yeah, I vote for that decision as well, since right now we're
Poor.
whatever we do later on, we're in dire need to increase our power one way or another. So it's better to get the money and outfit ourselves before we set out.
I agree
Yeah,
with
get Aridy some plate mail for once. Come on.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, he needs the plate mail.
True.
Okay.
I need a
So,
masterwork breastplate.
very well. So, if you are going to be selling the magical item, it is going to cost you 25 GP per work week out of pocket, because you have to find somebody outside of Zarzith to purchase it. Nobody in Zarzith. Well, there's like 2 families in Zarzith that could afford to buy it, and that's like, as a family, all of their money. So you're going to have to outsource and put out the feelers with shit like that. Given that circumstance, you're probably going to need 2 individuals to conduct this. Somebody who is a charisma caster, because it's going to be a persuasion roll, and somebody else who can contact people all across the world.
Wouldn't Slayer's Take be interested in Dragon Turtle remains, because that's creature, like
They
could
would be.
probably
They would
Okay.
be if you want to go with just. I mean, if you just want a quick sell, you get the lowest option for them to buy it. If you want to spend downtime and commit to selling it, you could get a lot more money out of it.
I mean, we
Yeah.
have the time and ability to, so
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
just
It's kind of
know-
like going to a pawn shop. It's like, do you want to go to a pawn shop or do you want to take the time and find a private collector?
let me call my friend as an expert at this.
Yeah.
So when
I-
you say contact people around the world, do you mean cast sending, or do you mean that may
Any-
have contact?
Anybody who can quickly contact people around the world. Sending is an option. Dream is an option. Teleportation is an option. Like, there are ways for people to conduct this. The Volstrucker ability is an option, but I don't think any of you have that yet.
wait, but that's my back. No, I'm kidding.
There's
I
also
would-
I
I
just kind of imagined when you said charisma caster stuff, just both Rurik and Kreve approaching someone's house, like the door-to-door salesman. Hey, would you be interested in Dragon Turtle today? We got a wide selection.
Go ahead, McKee.
Does Zarzeth Kitchell have its own teleportation circle like it used?
They do not, unfortunately.
Dang it.
But yeah. So, who are the two people who are going to supersede this? We need the face and we need the know-how.
Well, I can do the face thing. So
Okay.
Rurik can as well. But
That's up to you guys.
yep,
Who
I'll
is
do it.
willing to spend 1 week of downtime to make the party a fuck ton of money?
I mean, if it's just sending, I can do it, but I don't know if I
There
have
you
any
go.
contacts outside. Yeah.
That's how you do it. Sending. Yeah, you can do that
Yep.
via sending.
yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you have contacts. You can go to like different merchants and investigate and inquire and, learn people and then send to them and communicate back and forth.
Yeah.
But again,
And
this
I-
is going to take the two of you at least a week.
Would it help if I also join the group and we go 3, as I may have the contact, given that I know the continent and rock shit and den shit?
I mean, it would help if you can tell me somebody specifically in your backstory who might be looking to purchase this.
Snook.
Snook does not have enough money.
I just imagine
I
Snook
could
turning Michelle
potentially
into-
try and get into contact with some infernal collector.
And there are also potentially what's the name of the den? Liza's parent from Billion, who have been investing in research and all kind, and that might be interesting in this kind of.
I mean,
trinkets.
so what I will ask you is, would you trust that den to be in a newly established city that is trying to establish themselves as their own power without needing to rely on the other dens, but rather being seen as equals?
I would trust the Den Billion way more than the Den Audios that I just made a deal with.
That
last
is not
week.
what I am asking. Would you trust them? The lesser of evil does not mean much. I'm asking, would you, as a character, think that they would be a good den to trust in Zarzeth Kittrell?
The point is, I don't have a lot of information on Den Billion. I have on Den Audios, which didn't give me a lot of on Den Billion. So I don't have the information as a player to answer your
Okay.
question as a character.
That is probably on par with what you would know. Most dens
Okay.
don't really share their secrets outside of the people who are members of the den.
Okay. Well then, I won't take the risk for success.
I mean, you can. It's your call if you wish to.
I mean, there is already the Den Audio, so having that are somewhere within this place. So having a counterpower with another Den can only be beneficial for Xaxis. if the Nolios take the position, it's bad for the city.
So would you like to help in that manner?
Yeah. And
Very
I'll
well.
tell them to reach out to the Den BLN. I'll just write it down. So you have it.
Please. So anyways, this is going to take a week of downtime between the three of you. Okay? So at the end of that point, since you have 2 people helping you, you're going to get an additional +2 to the roll. Creve, roll me a persuasion check. Add +2.
Inspiration.
Fine,
Hey, man.
I'll use my session inspiration.
It's for the future of debauchery, man.
Actually, no, I won't use the session inspiration.
Oh, yeah. He's
Man.
confident. He's confident, guys.
The debauchery.
Should have used
Man!
session
20.
inspiration.
21 is good. 21 is good, guys.
Mhm.
So the Den does not wish to offer you as much as a very rare item would cost, since you are just selling them the object that can be utilized with the different gems, with the spellcaster, in order to craft a magical item out of it. However, they are still willing to pay you a pretty exuberant amount of money. And after a week of conversing with them, they show up and they purchase this turtle from you all for 2,300 gold.
Yeah, that's still yeah.
So this is
Oh, sorry,
22,000.
23,000 gold. I
Yeah.
misspoke.
Oh.
Yeah, 23,000 gold.
Okay. Hey
I was
guys,
just like-
Considering a very rare item is worth 40,000 gold, obviously they're not going to pay that much for something that can only be constructed into it. You're selling the raw material, they need to do the work. However,
the processing
it is yes. However, it is still they liked Creve enough to give you a little bit more under one caveat, everybody. If you come across something like this again, be sure to let them know. They're more than happy to continue doing good business with you so long as you promise not to sell these types of creatures to other dens.
Mhm.
Can you make that promise?
Fingers crossed.
by the way, I just heads up, I did put the gold in the party loot.
Well, hold off, everybody. Can you all make that promise? They will pay this amount if you can make a deal with them that you are not selling any of these very rare or legendary creatures to the other dens, but to them specifically.
Looks like kill.
I mean, it'd be fine
I
with
mean-
me.
From the dens that I know, if there is one that I can trust, because I have had dealing with and I never had issue with this den, is this one. The other one, I wouldn't say so. If there is one den that I could trust a little bit more than the others, is this one. And I might
But-
need favors given how I obtained the poison a few days ago.
So, party, do you all agree?
Which would future sellings be reasonably priced as well, and what do you call it, done in quick manner like this?
They can tell you that they will be fair in their pricing, but probably not this exuberant.
I
And
mean,
They'll
nothing
be
is-
fair.
yeah. If we agree to this, let's make sure to get it in writing at least.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah, never
nothing-
trust verbal.
nothing prevents us from using those remains for ourselves when we can do once we can do it.
No, it's just if you need to sell something, you have to. If you're selling something very rare or higher, you may not sell to the other dens over Den Bylin. There's nothing about other third parties, but when it comes to any of the dens within the dynasty, you're not allowed to sell anything of that rarity or higher except to them.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if it matters since it's already gotten to this point, but Rick would have probably also mentioned that Den Olios from the city of Asarius might be interested in the remains, but he wouldn't like take the whole week of downtime to assist with that.
Unfortunately, we're a little too far along.
Yeah. So that.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, Mikit?
Well, say, do you even want to be involved with this talk with Dan's Rock? You are a human, and Dan's drow.
I have some past dealings with certain dens.
Yeah, no. Like the less I can have interaction with this den, the better I am.
All right.
No.
So you all signed the contract.
Yep.
And, of course, as a small portion of this contract, each of you are expected to leave a small prick of blood on the paper. Right above your name. Don't worry, it's a normal custom in Xhorhas.
Got
Is
palm,
it-
smack a palm print of blood on the paper, smudging everything.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if there's any magical significance behind that?
Sure, the DC is very high. 10.
Wow.
Maybe.
Is this only for the contract ones? Because I'm assuming they're the ones discussing it, or do they like want the entire party to?
Well, it is the people who are at the contract, which would be Kyle, what's her name?
And
Ayn and Krieve.
Ayn and Krieve.
Yeah, just the three of you.
Well, so long as they also have, we also have a copy of the contract with their blood on it.
One of their representatives, yes.
All right. Yep, I sign it.
Very well. Boop, 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 boop. And of course, Kyle, you are fully aware that this is just in case any of you break the contract in any capacity. They do have access to mages that, with just a tiny bit of your blood, can track you down anywhere on this plane of existence.
Yep.
It's just like, insurance policy, That's all. They need your routing number. Anyways, congratulations. That's 1 week spent between the three of you. Warwick, you said that you are going to go help out with the retrieval and all of that jazz.
Yes.
All right, that'll be your
sure.
first week. They are very, very appreciative of your help and your valor. Mikit, what are you doing for your week?
I will start learning Jeweler's Cat Proficiency.
Alrighty, you are going to have to pay somebody to teach you. And that comes out to, I believe, 25 GP per week.
Yep.
So, you guys are making plenty of fucking money. You can already add in the money that you were going to get from Zarzith for helping with the turtle, and then after this week, you all can divvy up the 23,000 gold however you would like.
I was gonna say, isn't there a member discount on him learning it if I put a letter recommendation to the Crafters Guild? Since part of my guild artisan background.
Sure, yeah, it'll only cost you 12.50.
Yeah.
Per week. You got that, Mikit?
Half price? Alright.
Alrighty. So yeah, Week 1 down. You all meet back up together. How are you divvying up the gold?
All of it goes to, well, like 75 goes to a righty.
I would suggest that we divide it like each of us. So with 6, we take each of us 3,000. So it's make it 18, and then we keep 5,000 in the.
I thought it was always divide by 7, so that one party member's worth of material is always put into party loot.
Oh, we always.
Was that
divide
not
it
this
by
group
6.
that did that?
I don't think so.
I don't think.
But also, that
Nope.
does sound reasonable. That way we
Yeah.
can have that party chunk in the party loot right now.
Mhm.
So 3,000 for everyone and 5,000 in the party loot.
Well, I'd suggest we like put it as a pot, and then we have. If anyone really needs some type of critical equipment, we take care of that, and then divvy up the rest.
So you treat it as a group sum during downtime, and then afterwards you divvy it out. Is that what you're saying?
That's, yeah, more or less.
Okay,
That's fine.
that
We
sounds
have
good
a
to everybody.
rogue.
Don't worry,
That
he's a
sounds good to
nerd
me.
rogue.
I've never heard of that subclass.
Anywho, let's enter into week number 2 of this phase of downtime. So, we have Rorik, who wishes to upgrade his possible religious favor with Ravi. What? Upgrade
No,
gear,
that's-
if possible, religious favor with Ravi. I'm sorry, I didn't see any stop in that sentence. I just kept going. And learn Draconic. That is your overarching goal during all of this downtime. That's probably going to run even later than that. Makit, you said jeweler's kit. Are you comfy just spending X number of weeks doing that? It's, I believe...
6 weeks since I have 4 intelligence modifier.
Very well. So you'll spend a total of, let's say, 4 weeks. Just write off 4 weeks in a row of you training on that. Sound good? Just in case the party doesn't want to take a full 6 weeks. I mean, it's up to y'all how long you want to take. It's fine.
That'd work for me.
Very well. So we're done for you for 4 weeks. Kyle, you want to do leathers workers? How many weeks is that going to take you?
7, but I've already done 1.
So you need 6 weeks in total. So go ahead and write off 4 weeks. And then that'll
But,
be the next 4 weeks. Unless you want to do something
there-
different that you didn't type out.
Yeah, because I just thought about it, because we might have the money now. I would like to spend 1 week to see if I can find and buy out a smart augment, which is an uncommon one, so it shouldn't be that expensive.
So you want to spend a week purchasing a magic item?
Yeah.
Very well. During this time, while you're doing so, you have to spend 100 GP for the week. You are going to be making a persuasion roll, and you gain an additional +1 for every work week beyond the first week that you spend seeking a seller. Yes, and a +1 bonus for every additional 100 GP spent in the search, up to a maximum of a +10. So how many weeks out of 4?
Would I have any notion of the price of this item, like the global price for an uncommon augment?
Unfortunately, one of the aspects of looking for something specific is you're going to end up paying whatever they ask. It shouldn't be more than 600 gold, realistically. Or, sorry, depending on the gem it is in, plus 600 gold.
Okay.
Because, you know, if they put it in 1,000 GP diamond, you're paying for that diamond's price, plus a little extra.
Okay, I'll spend 2 weeks and 200 gold.
All right, so
plus
you're
4.
doing 2 out of your 4 weeks. So 2, and you spend 200 gold, which gives you an additional +1 and an additional +2. So you're rolling a persuasion at a +2.
I'm not good at persuasion. Crap. Okay. I will use my inspiration of the day. Ugh.
So 12. Luckily, 12 is high enough to hit uncommon items. Yep, that's table C, which has plenty of uncommon items on it. And roll me a D. What is it? We have 13 different gems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep. Roll me a D13 and roll me a D6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a sapphire you're looking at. And an additional 100 gold. So you're looking at 1,100 gold, and it comes in a 1,000 gold sapphire. So at minimum, you can resell the sapphire for almost that price.
So it would be 100, like 1,100 for the small sapphire augment.
It will be 1,100 for an uncommon augment that you were trying to find. What augment specifically were you trying to find?
The smart, the gives 19 in intelligence.
Smart. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be 1,100 gold. And that can go into any not weapon, not armor.
So that includes my gloves or boots.
It could go into gloves, boots. It could go into a trinket, a spell focus. Just not weapons and not armor is what it can go into.
I have
2 more weeks.
700. I have 700, like 750, a bit more that I could make. Can I use like the remaining 350 from the pack, the group pack, to buy it?
Gold, straight up gold, because you're not trading in materials. If you're trying to sell things, that's a different activity. What you're trying to do is
that's straight up gold.
Straight up gold, yeah. Party, are you cool if he takes the remainder amount for his augment?
350.
Me, go for it, buddy.
Yeah. You're not spending an exuberant amount. I'll say you don't even have to fucking ask. Like it's such a small number compared to what the party has. It's fine. Like, if someone's going to be upset about that, they're dicks. Like,
I am the rogue. I am the nice rogue. I'm asking before I take.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. So you have 2 more weeks. What are you doing?
Leather walking.
All right.
Oh wait.
And thanks to Ein's favor that Ein is calling in, it's only $12.50 a week. So go ahead and subtract 25 GP for 2 weeks of doing it, and keep track of everything in your treasure area. Alrighty. Week 1 complete for everybody. Week 4 complete for Makit. Week 3 complete for Kyle. Ein.
Which I got to ask though, like 3
4 weeks. You have 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Like what does the party even have a name for the party? No, right?
They haven't called themselves anything except the party so far.
Mm-hmm. Dingleberries. Yeah. I'll probably try to reach out to the guild just to set up. I'm assuming the crafter guild in Zazif will have connection towards the other crafter guilds in other major towns.
Within local proximity of you, yes.
So, like for example, does it reach Asarius and Rosanna, or is it like nearer?
Currently they do not.
Okay.
Shares, yes, they have contact with. The many hosts, there's a few smaller communities out there they would have contact with. But they wouldn't really have any open trade deals yet that far into Xhorhas, because, again, they're trying to position themselves as power before reaching out to the other ones. Because the dens have a really bad habit of, don't worry, we're going to give you liberty.
Okay, yeah, not gonna happen. Yeah, well, this makes it difficult. You know what? I'll try laying out the groundwork first, cause Charis is the nearest, so I'm gonna make sure that this city and Charis have a planned, stable route.
So
And
you're
negotiating
carousing.
about it. Yeah, at least
All right.
not the Crafter Guild only, probably with the Ravi and the others, just making sure that once everything is up and running, we have a constant trade route between Zazif and Charis.
So
that
you're going to be doing
both ways.
upper class carousing.
Yeah. And I'll probably spend the next 3 weeks just doing that in order to get the most favorable conditions, hopefully.
Okay, so carousing is going to take you 1 week per try. And carousing with the upper class is 200 of GP worth of you just buying shit and being like, hey guys, you should like me. So if you're trying to do that with the upper class, you still have to pay for that out of pocket. I mean, they're more than happy spending gold on you right now, but carousing is you spending gold on them. You know, let me buy you something pretty. You know, that type of jazz.
Yeah, I'll probably borrow from the party loot as well.
All right, so 250 GP per week. So that would be 750 GP to do this.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and Persuasion. Give me 3 of them.
I don't have access to my character sheet for some reason.
Oh, I archived it. Sorry.
Yeah.
There you go.
I was like, wait a minute. I was deleted. Give me a sec. It's taking a bit to load for some reason. Persuasion, right? Straight rolls.
Yep, 3.
Okay, normal, core, public, persuasion. Can I use the session inspiration for this?
Absolutely.
Yay. And boom. 22.
Hey, that's the first one. 2 more.
Yay. Time for 2 more straight rolls.
You're not bad at persuasion.
17. And 18.
6, 7. All right, you have successfully created a strong network of about 7 different people within the upper echelons of Zarzith Kittrell and connecting to you as a representative of Shares. So you now have 7 of the 18 people who are the ruling class of Zarzith Kittrell on your side and, you know, in good cahoots with you. I assume you don't really need me to draw out different character sheets and names of each and every single fucking one of them.
Nah,
oh yeah,
fine.
7 plus Rabbi. 7 plus Rabbi.
Yeah, as long as there's like, hey, at least when the party stops there, they have better options on getting resupplies and other things.
So. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Just by association with you. So you have successfully solidified a very, very strong relationship between yourself and anybody that you associate with strongly, like Shares or the party, and Zarzith Kittrell. All right, so that was your 3 weeks.
Yep.
Kareev.
Yep.
You want to look for a masterworked breastplate?
Yeah, a 3-slot masterwork breastplate, and maybe also a. Yeah, thinking a 1-slot trinket and a 1-slot shield.
So that'll be 3 separate weeks of you looking for things because, well, the 1 slot shield, that's easy enough. You could just purchase it from the shop. So whatever the price of a shield is, multiplied by 3.
All right, and that's 10 gold. All right.
So 30 gold for a 1 slotter.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. I changed it. It's times 3 or flat 100, whichever number is greater.
No, okay.
Yeah, for the low end stuff. So that if somebody tries getting a Masterwork dagger, you can't afford 17 Masterwork daggers over 1 longsword. It's just we'll upscale it to 100 because you are paying for the labor more than you're paying for the material. So the shield, that's 100 gold. That doesn't cost you a week. You just walk into a shop, go, hey, and they sell it to you.
Yep, and the trinket is that? Can I just
that one is gonna?
To...
Do you want to commission somebody to make it for you?
Yeah, just so I can ask them to make it, and I'll come and pick it up when it's done.
Sure. What kind
so
of?
I don't have to spend... I'm thinking a necklace.
Okay. Do you have any specific niceties about it that you like?
Well, I want it to look like a. Want it to be made in with some gold and obsidian inlays, with a flaming sun motif.
Okay. Now it does require a 3rd level spell slot each day over a week to do this, which means someone shows up, imbues it with a 3rd level spell slot, and walks the fuck away. Higher level spell slots are perfectly fine. Are you willing to volunteer to be the spell aspect of the craft?
Sure.
Very well. Then all you are paying for is the labor and the components, since you're going to be giving this magic over for it. So that is a DC 15. It's a necklace, so this is going to be jewelers. And luckily, the person teaching Makit how to do Wait, Makit, you're doing jewelers right now?
Yep.
Yeah, the person teaching you is the person who is going to be crafting it for you while teaching Makit.
All right.
Unless you're willing to take a discount and let Makit try, since he's the one trying to learn.
All right. Fine.
All right. Makit, how many weeks in are you on your first week? You've already completed 1 week, so how many weeks in are you? Total.
We went through 4 weeks, and if he's
Travel.
commissioning another one, this will be my 2nd week.
Okay, so I'll give you a you're not getting full proficiency in this yet, obviously. Creve, be aware that it might take you longer than a week since Makit is working on it, but Makit's learning. So Creve, you're going to be paying 50 GP. Okay?
All right.
And Makit, I need you to give me a dexterity check with a +1 bonus.
Can someone give me 2 gold so I have 666?
Of course, here you go.
All right, roll a
I know-
D100,
here.
see what happens.
Or it gives him 3 gold.
669.
7.
Oh, damn it, you fucked up, man. Just throw it in the cup somewhere, donate it. 15. That is just barely high enough. Makit, you have successfully crafted your first Masterwork trinket with 1 slot in it. It has a bit of an amber overgrowth that is set to look like a star structure in it that has the tiniest opening for a single augment to get imbued into. So the center of the sun will be whatever gem you put in there, but on the outside it's all amber pieces. Okay? Sound good, Grief?
Yeah.
All right. Now, that didn't cost you a week of labor. It just cost you the money and wait a week to get it. Now, you're going to be looking for a 3 augment masterworked Split mail?
Breastplate.
Breastplate. All right, what's the flat price of breastplate?
400.
All right, everything's multiplied by 3
So that's 1200.
for a single slot.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for a 3 slot?
Just over 10,000.
Oh, okay. 2 slot then.
All right, 36.
All right.
It's always
Are you guys
multiplied by 3.
All right. Are you guys fine with me taking 3,000 out of the party thing?
Go ahead.
We don't hear an objection. You're good. There we go.
All right.
All right, so that'll take you 3,600 is what it will cost you when you find it. First off, we have to see if you can find it, so don't delete that number yet.
Right. Yeah, okay.
Yep. You are... Now, this is going to be considered you are searching for a magical item to do this because it is a very rare item to find. Now, of course, you're not paying very rare prices for it. You're paying that price that we discussed, give or take if you have to buy it from a collector. So go ahead and subtract 100 GP to do a search over 1 week. You can spend an additional week to give yourself a +1. And you can spend an additional 100 GP to give yourself a +1 up to a maximum +10. So if you want to spend all 3 of these weeks doing it, you'll get a +2. And if you spend additional gold, you get pluses as well. And it is a persuasion roll.
Right. Well, is that like all I can do during those weeks then? Or
Yes, yeah, that is you actively going to social events, looking for people, talking to buyers, sellers, learning about people, and all of that jazz.
All right. Well, I guess I'll spend... I'll spend 1 week.
Okay. And only 100 gold, or are you going to spend more gold? This does not come out of the price of the item. It's just persuading people. Okay.
All right. But how much... I got a +1 if I spend 1 more 100 gold?
Set of 100. Yeah. You statically pay 100, and then you get additional +1s up to a maximum +10 for every additional 100 you spend. So no matter what, you're spending 100 to try.
Right, okay. So I have to spend an extra 100 to get the +1.
Correct.
Right. Yeah, I'm doing that then.
So you'll get a solid +1?
Yep.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a persuasion roll. You get a +1 here.
Okay. I can't use guidance on this, right?
Yeah, you can guide yourself the entire time because you're there. I mean, that doesn't really stop you from, like, heightening your attention and focusing on what you're doing. I'll allow it.
All right.
Now, for things like stealth checks, yeah, obviously you can. Ooh.
Oh. So I'll use Dark One's Own Luck.
That doesn't exactly apply. Because that one's not over a course of a week. You have a finite number of them you can use each day.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so 15 then.
+1, 16. You pay the extra gold.
Yeah, 16, yeah.
All right, so let me look at this right here. Unfortunately, the only person in this town who might have it is a bit of a asshole collector. Which means you're probably going to end up paying more than just the 3,600, or there's the possibility of it. Go ahead and roll me a D4 +1. Obviously, you want low. Yeah, they're raising the price to that to 4,500.
So not 4,100? Or...
No, 4,500 is what they're raising the price to.
Okay.
So instead of 36, it'll cost you 45.
Right.
They know they're gouging you, but
Ugh. All right, fine. If the group is fine with me taking the extra 1,000 out of the pot.
Well, if we're fine having that taken out of yourself at Devi,
Sure.
alrighty. And silence is confirmation in this instance, so there you go.
All right.
But as long as it's something you need and not something you want.
I mean, the reason armor is so goddamn expensive is because it gets really fucking good when you finally get that.
Yeah,
But
and
yeah.
that and armor has pieces like chests and other parts as well, not just a single piece like a weapon.
Yeah. That's why they're so absurdly expensive. But then again, the defensive bonuses you can get from it are pretty fucking major.
Yep.
Think about it. Now you never have to buy another piece of armor again.
Yeah. All right. So I'll take out 4,500 from the pot then.
There we go. You're editing. Nobody else edits right now.
Yep.
All right. Last person for 4 weeks. Warwick.
Yep.
What are you doing? You did week 1, helping Ravi and all of that jazz.
Yeah, help Ravi, help out the temple too if I can. But I am also, I guess, now that we did have a small landfall. What's that called? Pit. You know, we got some money. Rurik is going to upgrade his equipment if he can.
So
As long as everyone else has their equipment out of the way.
Well, let's figure it out. What are you trying to buy? If you say full
no one
plate mail.
minds, yeah, full plate mail because I have no decks, but plate mail would help. A wondrous item called a Lantern of Revealing. A +1 weapon, armor, or spell save augment. I don't care what, just one of those. Another thing, magic thing that Rurik wants, but I don't know if you have it as an augment or if as an item is a moon touched augment or sword.
No. Those aren't in this
Okay.
area.
Okay. And then bag of holding.
Okay, so each one of those items you described is going to take you a week to try to find with persuasion rolls. That's each one is a week per. Aside from a +1, what one were you looking for?
+1. I didn't care as long as weapon, armor, or spell save, but probably one of the latter two.
It's armor, spell saves are the same one.
Okay.
There's only the quality augment that gives you a +1 AC and +1 saves, or it is the +1 to hit and damage. So which one are you going for?
I was thinking the spell save. So the one that gives me a spell save DC +1.
Oh, you're trying to get that one.
But if not that one, then just something for +1 AC.
For uncommon, yeah, you could find that in the city lickety split. Not an issue at all. Since you're looking for one of the fixed augments, people deliberately craft them because they know they can sell them quickly.
Yeah.
That's one of
Is
the
this
perks of the
AC
fixed
one or
augments.
the-
It's your call. Any of them that you wish to purchase. I'll tell you what the price is.
Let's go with the spell save one. That's a fixed one, right?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
'cause-
You're going uncommon. Roll me a d6.
D6.
Yep.
Oh, hey, 6.
Ooh, that sucks. No, you always want
Oh.
low. You always want low on these ones. That's how many hundreds. So that is going to run you 900
Gold?
for the spell attack and save DC increases. Yeah, and it comes in a
Okay.
lapis. All right, if you want
yeah,
to do that, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so I'm just
900 GP.
900. How many weeks do we have here again for this? Or
3 weeks is what we're doing currently.
so that was first. That's not the
No,
first
that's
week.
not
You
a
said I
week.
could-
That's you walked in a
Oh,
shop
shit.
and went boom. I
Yeah.
buy it. It's
Okay. Yeah. Plate mail.
fixed. Regular plate mail.
Yeah. Let's get a How much is the Mastercraft? So like the
It's
one slot
multiplied by 3.
for just one slot?
Everything is multiplied by 3. It's exponentially more
Oof.
expensive. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'll hold back on that one. Um, although in that case, instead I'll switch to so that was I got the spell save and armor one too. AC 1+1 AC. I can
Do you
put
want to
in my
buy that
shield,
from the
right?
shop as well? Wait, whoa. Slow down. You spent 900 gold for spell attacks and save DC increase by 1. That is what you found at
Yes.
the shop. If you were also buying the +1 AC and saving throws augment, that is a different roll that we have to make now.
Okay.
All right, so roll me a d6.
All right. One low. That's all right.
Alrighty, so that is 650 GP.
650. In which gem?
It's always in agate. A 250
Okay.
agate.
All right, 250 agate. That's all right. And can I put that in? No, no, it's already got the +1 in there in the shield, so I can't do that.
Yeah, no, you can't stack them into. You can't stack
Yeah.
them at all.
In that case, so those are lickety
you-
split. Those two augments.
Wait. You can't stack them. So why did you buy a second one? Are you giving it to somebody else?
Yeah, I think that's gonna be his gift to Aridy. Might as
Sounds good. Okay, I'm just making sure we are fully aware that you cannot stack them.
I mean, I didn't mean it, but I'm fully committing that at this point.
All right, that's
in
fine.
that case, though, he will upgrade armor. So just Mastercraft
Normal.
Splint Mail. So that's 800 GP, right? So
What is the
600.
cost? What is the cost of
200.
normal? 200 times 3, 600. Yep.
Yeah. So 600. Oh wait, first.
Yep. And you could commission one in town if you would like. It takes a week for them to craft it, and you need somebody who has a 3rd level spell slot. And you have to pay the price of the splint mail, unless you already have splint mail, in which case they could do that.
Yeah, I'd have to commission it. So that might be 1 week right there for the commissioning.
Well, you're not
For-
actively doing anything. You commission it. Either you show up with the 3rd level spell slot. Do you have 3rd level spell slots?
I don't yet.
Okay, you would have
I'm
to
getting
ask
there.
somebody to do it or pay somebody to do it. Your call.
Hey, Ein, you want to help a paladin out?
I'm too busy having tea with the rich folks.
Yep.
Anyways, yeah. So, all right, yeah. That's all I need for augments and armor upgrades. Sorry. So those are lickety split ones I can do without turning into weeks, right?
Well, are you commissioning the splint mail?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's just got a single slot in it.
Correct. And you don't have the spellcaster already, and you do not have, what do you call it? The armor already.
Right.
All right, so that means you're paying the full price 600 because you subtract those if you already have it. They're not upcharging you
okay.
in this place. No. So
Nice.
let me roll for the guy to find out if they successfully crafted in 1 week. Oof. They're gonna need a second week.
All right. Well, I mean,
You don't
as
pay
long as
anything
not-
more. It's just they'll need a second. Well,
Yeah.
you have to pay an extra 100 gold
Okay.
for the spellcaster. And this isn't you doing anything. Still, you still have not done anything for these 3 weeks. You walked into
I'm
shops
just-
during one day and went bye.
Yeah, I'm putting all the gold stuff in chat so I can do the mass subtraction. All right, then I guess the ones that would take me weeks would a week or more would be I'm looking for a lantern of revealing and a bag of holding.
Okay, those will each be 1 week of looking. It is 100 GP for you to attempt. This is going to be a persuasion roll. You get a +1 bonus for each additional week you try allocating towards looking for each individual item. And if you spend an additional 100 gold, you get an additional +1 from that as well.
Is it 100 per week with looking for it, or is it 1 week
It's
100 for?
So the way it works is you go, I'm looking for Lantern of Revealing. Here's 100 gold. I spend 1 extra week, I get a +1. No extra gold. I spend an extra 100 gold, I get an additional +1. That's how it would work. Okay?
All right, so 200 total then for those 2 weeks. Okay.
No,
At
if you
least-
pay
at least the
200
looking part.
gold, if you spend 200 gold, you get a +1, and it only takes you 1 week. If you spend additional week, it costs nothing extra. You just allocated more time, therefore you get an additional +1.
Okay.
But there are
I
two,
think I'm
there
gonna
are two
try
items,
to.
right?
I'm gonna
Yes.
try to get this done in 1 week for each. I mean, the bag of
Okay.
holding should be relatively easy to get.
Okay. So roll me a persuasion with a +1, and we're doing this on revealing first. Okay, this is your first week, +1 because you're spending 200 gold.
And for when I'm talking to the certain like important people, can he use his channel divinity or like the people
We
that seem like they
already
would-
discussed that. It does not
Right.
happen because it's
Okay.
only an instantaneous thing during the day.
All right, so 25.
You find the Lantern of Revealing. I believe that is an uncommon item, correct?
Yes.
Roll me a d6. 400 gold.
I have something to help me see. And
right,
now for the bag of
now-
holding.
Correct. And we're doing it the same way. You're doing 1 work week, 100 gold. Were you paying any additional or anything like that?
No, I was just gonna spend 100,
Okay, 15.
16. Because +1.
That's if you're spending 200 or you're spending 2
Oh.
weeks.
Never mind then.
That's what I'm asking. Are you spending 200 or are you spending 2 weeks?
No, I'll spend the 100.
Okay. 15. No luck finding a bag of holding. 15 is
Well,
just
damn.
shy of being high enough.
So I should have taken the +1. Shit.
But hey, you still have 1 more week of trying, but this time it will cost you an additional 100 gold.
That's. I think he would. But just quick question before I do: if I do that, will I still be able to send a letter to Asarius?
Sending a letter is a single day activity. It's never going to cost you anything great.
Okay, yeah. Then in that case, yeah, I'll spend 1 more week looking.
All right. Are you spending any additional gold?
No, just this normal 100. So I'm at 300 total for the first week,
Yes.
second week, and now.
Yeah.
third?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey.
Now you find a bag of holding. Roll me a d6.
Ah.
500 gold.
Okay.
Now calculate
And-
all that up and ask the party if that's okay.
And while I'm doing the calculations, I want about that letter. It's just sending a letter to Asarius, to the person I have told you about,
Yep.
letting them know of my status, asking about the state of you know who, asking that they're well and stuff, as well as giving them, I guess maybe telling them about the recent adventure where we just killed a dragon turtle
Okay.
and stuff. Also, that Zarstith Kittrell could need a good trading partner. You know.
Okay. All right. And where are you telling them to send the return letter to? Because keep in mind, you're a traveler. So where's the return address? You could choose Rabbi's place. I don't think Ayn would really be that upset if you had somebody send you a letter back to her place. Like, I don't know,
I figure
Ayn,
that
would you
they-
be upset?
Oh yeah.
Keep your rubbish out of my house. Nah, it's fine. Just do it.
Yeah, he would actually probably probably either Iron's house or let them know that he's intending to go to New Haxon to help out one of his companions, as well as figure out some of this other stuff that's going on.
All right, so choose your return address.
Let's go New Haxon.
Perfect. There we go. So you're going to have them send you a return letter to New Haxon.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Although
There we go.
I also figured they'd have the resources to just magically do a thing. So let's see.
Sometimes. Anyways.
Well,
So that
if
was
I
your
may-
3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry that took a while.
What were you asking, Kyle? You're muted if you're talking. Very well, he's not talking. All right, so that was 4 weeks in total. Does anybody wish to have continued downtime?
Well, I need 2 more weeks to get full proficiency.
Does the
Yeah,
party
I-
have any gripe doing 2 more weeks? Keep in mind, you can
No.
do relaxation if you really want. Like,
So, yeah, so we've had 2 weeks now already, right?
4 weeks total. The first week was when Warwick went out to go help with the ships and pick up all of the hostages.
All right, well,
some of you-
I've only
yeah.
had 2 of them for the thing I did.
You only had 2 weeks for what you did?
Yeah, I did the
So,
first
the
with
first-
looking for the trading thing.
That
for
was
the
week 1.
Yeah, and the second was for the breastplate, and the trinket
Oh.
was made during that. So I have 2.
Yes, you still have 2 more weeks. I
Yeah.
apologize. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. Well, it's I'm just doing the thing that I laid out in the what I wrote to you earlier. So.
What you wrote me earlier, I assume Discord?
Yeah.
Oh. About the IC stuff, right?
How about the deal I was looking to make?
Wait, didn't we do that already on your travel out here? Well, you didn't make a deal. You have her inquiring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
She's-
yeah, I was still like trying to make connections and stuff.
So are you you're just going to continue doing that? Cool.
Yep.
So we'll count this as carousing. However, you are automatically going to be rolling on the complications table.
Okay.
There's never an interaction with them where there's not a complication. So, you have to start at the lower rung, of course, which means 10 GP per week, 2 weeks.
Yep.
Okay. Roll me a persuasion.
And this time I'll use session inspiration. Can I use guidance also on this, or?
Did I allow you last time? Then yes.
Yep. All right.
Sorry, I was asking that question mostly for myself. I was like, did I? Yeah.
Yep.
Rorik, just subtract 50 gold.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. You have made 2 contacts within the lower rung of everything within your first week.
All right.
Now roll me your second one. And well, you already subtracted to 20 gold total, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And I can't use Dark One's Own Luck for this, right?
No, they're all lucky.
It's effectively well, I can use that several times per day with a short rest and stuff. So I would be sort of like saving it up for that interaction per day.
You get it once per short rest, right?
Yeah.
That's once per hour. I still have to say no because it's like your charisma during the entire interaction that they are relying on. Not to mention, like, you're dealing with infernal creatures. Like,
Yeah.
like they're aware. They are fully aware.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. So that's not bad.
That is not bad at all. You make an additional 3 contacts along the underbelly of everything, which now unlocks the possibility of you starting to talk to the middle of the rung people.
All right.
However, roll me a d8.
Mm-hmm. 3.
So, Kreve, this is pretty normal for you. You black out for like 4 days getting drunk with them. And you start having glimpses of you doing things, and you now have a fuzzy memory of doing something very, very illegal, but you can't remember exactly what it was.
All right. I just shrug and he's, another really bad hangover.
Well, he's not missing the kidney. Some other people are. Selling your own kidney is perfectly fine. It's selling other people's against their will. That's
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure we save a good chunk because of Arite too.
Yeah.
All right, so that's your 4 weeks. Is there any opposition to us spending an additional 2 weeks so that Makit can finish their proficiency with Jewelers? And keep in mind, Jewelers does help the party overall.
Yeah, I don't mind. But during that time, Rurik would spend a week working on his Draconic with Arite, as well as, Makit's working on Jewelers, so yeah, with Arite. And doing, what was the last one? And
So right
working for the temple
now
again.
we're resolving one question. Does anybody mind?
Nope.
I would like verbal confirmation.
I have 0 issues with it. Obviously.
Kyle?
No issue. And I would even appreciate 1 more week because I would have my lesser working then.
So 3 weeks. I hear 3 weeks now. 3 weeks good? Everybody good with 3 weeks? Yeah. It's downtime.
One
That ain't
time.
bad.
Yeah.
Although,
Yeah.
I mean, if it's that long, Rurik would probably, instead of saying New Haxon as a turn address, here, Zozek.
Very well. That's fair. Alrighty. So you guys are spending 3 more weeks here. Makit, you are now proficient in Jeweler's tools. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da! Kyle, you are now proficient in, what was it, Weavers? Leathers workers. I know. Just
I want
You are
to
now-
do some very... I want to do edgy, subtle SM shit.
that was
SM shit.
25 GP for Makit, and that is 37.5 GP from Kyle. So 5 silver and 37 gold. Okay. Makit, since yours is going to be the easiest, you have 1 last week in town before everybody agrees that you're all probably going to set out. Also, I'm going to say that you guys probably chartered a vessel to pick you up on its way to New Haxon at the beginning of all of this, just to expedite that along. Zarzith will cover the cost of shipping you out to New Haxon. Yeah.
All right.
Cool, so you have 1 week. Makit, what do you do of 1 week of free time?
I'll just relax.
So you are doing the relaxation. All right. Ugh. So, relaxation requires 1 week. The character needs to maintain at least a modest lifestyle during this time. Are you willing to pay more for a above modest lifestyle?
I got gold to spare. Yeah, I'll go
All right.
for rich.
A rich lifestyle, that's 250 GP. Yeah.
I'll do it.
All right. Relaxation rarely comes with complications. You did not, while relaxing, a character gains advantage on saving throws to recover from disease and poisons. You don't have any of those. At the end of the week, a character can end 1 effect that keeps the character from regaining hit points, or can restore 1 ability score that was reduced less than its normal value. This benefit cannot be used if the harmful effect was caused by a spell or some other magical effect with an ongoing duration. Okay, so you are going to gain 1 temporary boon from your week of just living a lavish lifestyle and relaxing. Roll me a d10. 7. All right. Let me open up your character sheet. Seven. Alrighty. So, for your first week off of relaxation, your AC bonus gains an additional plus. Well, you double your bonus for your dexterity. You did a lot of calisthenics, you did a lot of stretching, some yoga and stuff. So, your first week after relaxation, double your dex bonus to your AC, but only for that week, okay?
All right.
Relaxation can be good for you guys. Did you know that? I say as I refuse to relax ever. Anyways, that'll be for your first week off of this, Makit. Maybe it comes in handy while you're sailing. Anyways, Kyle took up all of his time. Warwick, you seem to have some things you wanted to do. You have 3 weeks. You sent the return address here, and you have 3 weeks. So what are you doing?
3 weeks. All right. 1 week working on Draconic. 1 week helping the temple out. And quick question.
Well, before we get to that question, how many weeks into you learning Draconic are we already?
Oh, I'm 3 out of 9.
3 out of 9, and you're only allocating 1 week?
I figured I could probably work on that on the way to New Haxon too.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm just confirming.
Yes, and the last one I just thought of, so maybe look for one more magic item called, and this, I will say this item is from Tasha's. Is that a yes or no?
I can't tell you until I know the item.
It's called a Guardian Emblem.
Yeah, that sounds like it's going to be broken. What's it do? Read verbatim. Do not tell me roughly. Read verbatim.
All right. Wondrous item, holy symbol, uncommon, requires attunement by cleric or paladin. This emblem is the symbol of a deity or a spiritual tradition. As an action, you can attach the emblem to a suit of armor or a shield or remove it. The emblem has 3 charges. When you or a creature you can see within 30 feet of you suffers a critical hit while you're wearing the armor or wielding the shield that bears the emblem, you can use your reaction to expend 1 charge to turn the critical hit into a normal hit instead. The emblem regains all expended charges daily at dawn.
So, you put it into armor, and it's a reaction to negate crits against you, or the person uses their reaction to negate crits against them.
Yeah, I use it for. I think it doesn't specify just for against me. When you or a creature within 30 feet of you suffers a critical hit.
So yeah, why ever be a grave cleric? I guess.
Yeah, sorry. I just thought of it.
Give me a second to think about it. I'm confused why they would even make an item that did what Grave Cleric does.
Right.
Like, Well, no, I'm not
mean-
saying it's OP or anything. It's just, that was a Grave Cleric's ability, and they just went, fuck you, Grave Cleric. Now anybody can get it. Which is kind of like...
Yeah. I mean,
Is
I'm
it
not going to
attunement?
deny it is attunement.
I'd put it up to 10 feet, but not 30 feet.
10 feet.
And it is your reaction.
15
So
feet?
while you're in melee with all of your allies, I said 10.
Dang. Okay.
If you're
I-
fishing for crits by flanking, you're not putting yourself in an advantageous position to defend your allies. If you're putting yourself next to them, you're putting yourself in an advantageous position to defend them. You have to think about combat and what you're doing in it, not just get every bonus ever.
Yeah, it's
That's
like the what do you call it? Shield fighting style.
Yeah,
Protection.
yeah. It's like your aura. You have to, think about your placement with it, not
No,
just
well, I
I
mean-
give all of my allies it.
Yeah, no, I've already got the protection though, so that's the. Yeah, I think I'll actually just spend another week helping the temple out. So 2 temple, 1 draconic week.
So you can help the temple, but they no longer really need religious services. You and Ein kind of tap them out of every major thing they needed. They'll accept you coming through and helping a little bit, but they don't really need that much help.
Well, then just volunteer work in the city, like
Very
soup
well.
kitchen, whatever they got for,
Alrighty, so your downtime activity is just being a good guy.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, if you weren't already the heroes of Zarzith in some capacity, that probably would have gave you a bonus. But the only bonuses it would give you are things that they're already giving you. Like, hey guys, can I get a drink? Yeah, it's on the house. Like, hey, can I get a place to stay? Yeah, you can sleep in the guest room. Like, yeah. But yeah, you're still a good guy in their eyes, and that makes them like you even more.
Okay.
All right, so that'll be 2 weeks?
Yeah, no. Yeah, okay. So I'll spend 2 weeks on Draconic, and 1
2
week
weeks on Draconic and 1 on that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just
So go
3
ahead
weeks,
and
right?
It's just 3 weeks, and then we're done with it
Yeah.
all together. So,
Okay.
I'll get to if your letter arrives by then. Because keep in mind, it is like a week out to Shares, or 2 weeks out to Shares, or 3 weeks or some shit. So it does take a bit of time for things to move outwards. Creve.
Yeah, so the last 3 weeks I'll be, the first of them I'll be every day summoning Steve for a couple hours. Well, several hours, as many as I can. And have him look around with his Earth Glide, look around if there are any mines or anything nearby where he can find some gems, maybe.
There is a lot of mines. I need you to roll a survival check with it.
All right. Let me just get Steve's sheet up. I don't think he has a bonus to it.
Maybe not. Might just be
No,
wisdom.
Yep. All right. Does he get advantage for being Earth Elemental?
No, it's not the looking for gems that he's doing the survival check. It's avoiding Arite's family's mines through this entire area that he's making the survival check to do.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, all right. You're lucky. He successfully evades all of their mine shafts from Arite's family. Because the rest of the city might kiss your ass, but Arite's mom will not.
Fair enough.
Alrighty, so wow, that's a good check actually. I'm
getting to that eye.
All right, so how do I correlate to what you find here? I'll just make it some random bullshit. He rolled a 20 in total for survival. Okay. Do. So during the adventuring around, he had to stay far enough away from the other mine shafts so that he didn't disturb their processing, because even though he can earth glide, what he's taking takes up physical space and then can collapse the shafts inwards on people,
Right.
remove one little support and then they ting and so he couldn't get any of the smaller items. However, he did find you a crude ruby valued at 800 GP.
All right.
If it is to be refined, say by a jeweler, that would increase to 1,000.
All right.
So there you go. Be sure to add that into the little bit. When you say debauchery, is that you relaxing?
Yeah.
All right, so You're doing debauchery before you try carousing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Relax.
if they could be intertwined somehow, I suppose.
Unfortunately, like when you're trying to make connections with people, you're not really relaxed.
Yeah.
Relaxing is relaxing. It's just chilling. You're not worried
Yeah.
about anything in the world. You pay stupid amounts of money, you get treated well.
Yep.
What type of lifestyle are you trying to live for that week?
The lifestyle of a male slut.
So, are you trying to live a very regal lifestyle? Or are you trying to live a modest, very well off, but modest lifestyle? Like, are you spending what McKeith spent?
How much was that?
$250.
And that's considered regal, I suppose.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. If
That
I
is
spend,
you.
like
You get the
if I spend
nicest hot
100
spring.
all right.
That's the middle one. That's the middle one.
Yeah, I'll do 100.
Okay. You don't get your own private hot spring and all of that jazz, but you still get to hang out inside of a fairly quiet tavern with plenty of drinks and prostitutes that come up to your room. You learn a lot about the Dragonborn physicality while you are here as well. And it's actually quite fascinating. So
Yeah.
go ahead and roll me a D6.
5.
5. I believe that's the second to last one.
5 STDs.
No, there's no real complications with relaxing.
Okay.
Okay. For the next week, you have advantage on all wisdom checks that you make. You take up a very nice meditation type yoga class that you feel keen on for trying to open up your mind and learn how to shut certain things out and just learning how to embrace and be in the moment. And it really does leave you woke. So for the next week, all wisdom-based ability checks you make are at advantage.
Yeah.
All right.
The main reason joined probably to get for with the yoga instructor, right?
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Alrighty, and now
well-
is when you're gonna do your.
Oh right, yeah.
That's your last week. I mean, you
Yep.
could change your mind if you really want to. It's fine.
No, I'm still doing that.
Okay, carousing. You have now unlocked the middle class worth of carousing for those groups of individuals. So that
Alright.
means 50 GP is what you spend
Mm-hmm.
for the week, and go ahead and roll me a persuasion check.
Ooh.
11 is high enough that you make one contact.
All right. Well, that's better than nothing.
Yeah.
You were too drunk after your week of debauchery.
Yeah.
You woke, and then you're like, maybe some of this isn't the best things in the world. And a lot of them got turned off by that. They weren't
Yeah.
really like, they're like, wait, what? Fuck you. And just like went around, fucking hippie. Goddamn hipster tool bags trying to come in my place and tell me what to do. Serving their
Yeah.
chocolate milk bars and shit. Anyways, yeah. You end up making one middle of the rung ally. Let's call them.
All right.
And I'll resolve all of your allies' bullshit after all of this, because I have to create fucking NPCs out the ass now.
Yeah.
All right. Ein.
Man, what to do? I mean, yeah, I'll probably do similar volunteer work like Rurik.
All right.
Just basically laying enough groundwork for the trading route before relaxing in the final week.
May I ask something, Jero? I write it
Yeah.
in chat so that I don't interrupt. Would the last week of training I will be proficient enough to try to add a new slot into one of my leather items? My leather drops?
You can try to with additional time. But all of the training you did, you were using their materials, you were practicing on their products. The only reason McKeat got to make that is because it correlated exactly with the buyer going, yeah, that's fine, to make it for Creve. So you've learned how to be proficient in it. You are good enough to do the
Okay.
tasks. But now if you want to craft something even better, you need to allocate your own time to do so. And if you already have one slot,
Yeah.
all right, you would need a 6th-level spell slot and a month of downtime to craft the second slot.
Oh fuck.
It gets exponentially harder and more expensive. But anyways, Ein.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I did what I told you. Basically, just simple volunteer work, and then the last 1 week would be just relaxation.
Okay. What type of lifestyle of relaxation are you living?
What is it called? What's the The 100 is the middle, right?
100 is middle, yeah.
Yeah, probably around roughly that.
All right, go
100
for
then.
it. And roll me a d10. Ah, fuck.
That's a 1.
That's not bad. Don't worry, it's not
Yep.
That was
Ah.
good.
bad. For the next week, you have advantage on all strength-based ability checks. You end up finding a nice little boxing arena where you can train yourself in how to become like a good boxer, you know, learning all the proper leg work and shit. And yeah.
And then on the last day, instead of boxing, I just suplex someone accidentally.
Exactly. See, you get it.
And be like, oops, that was my cleric training kicking in.
But anyways, after all of that, we have now successfully ended our downtime activity, and now we are going to go ahead and go on break. And when we come back, we finally get to start the official session 1 of Deep Roots. Everybody, we'll be right back. Hello and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. Before we jump into the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy this content. If you don't enjoy this content, well then screw you. In addition to that, if you're interested in becoming a member here on YouTube, we have just finally unlocked all of those things. You get yourself some exclusive emotes that are really kind of funny and comical. I'll spam the chat with all of those here in a second. And you get access to some early stuff whenever I start doing that. I haven't started doing it yet, but you know, I might do shit soon that only members really gain access to, or you know, things that members and members of Patreon gain access to. Speaking of Patreon, if you're interested in joining our Patreon, the link to that is down in the description below. That gets you into our exclusive Discord server where you can hang out with all of us, talk about D&D, talk about other games once in a while, play other games once in a while, and participate in any of the one-shots we do. If you're interested in joining any of our campaigns, we are pay to play. That is ran through our Patreon, but keep in mind, you have to first get through a little interview with me where pretty much I decide that you're not a shitty human being and that the game is a good suit for you if we have an open slot. So that's all it is. You know, if you are not a shitty human being, you can play in our games. That is my criteria. You know, that's pretty much it. But anyways, without further ado, let's jump into the action. So where last we left off, the party had spent X number of weeks of downtime here in Zarzith Kittrell. You've all successfully made quite a few businesses very wealthy and very happy at the same time. As well, we also test how good at memes you are. That is just Mika, just whatever. But anyways, you made quite a few businesses very happy, did a lot of trading, did a lot of purchasing, and you sold off the carcass of that turtle to a particular family, one of the dens, the Den Baelin, that Kyle had suggested and Kreve had sweet-talked and Ein had managed to communicate with. But after you all successfully did that, you went about learning some new skills, buying some new items, creating a shit ton of contacts, and possibly starting some type of havoc for places across the plane of existence. But don't worry about any of that, guys. Towards the end of this entire resolution, upon Kyle finally becoming proficient in leatherworkers' tools, Makit finally becoming proficient in jewelers' tools, and Rorik finally getting an emblem to his deity that has an open augment slot in it. Now, keep in mind, Rorik, you can only be attuned to 3 items at a time that have the augments imbued in them. So once you guys are starting to cap out with that, you really have to be careful how many attunement slots you have left. But aside from all of that, you have all successfully gotten yourselves together, and you meet up in Ravi's home while he is away at work. You all have been staying here just free of charge, no issues whatsoever. And Kyle comes walking in with a giant bundle of scabbards and large, hefty cloaks, and drops them on the table in front of all of you. Tomorrow is going to be the day that you all are going to have to go out back towards that shore and dock a boat that'll take you to New Haxon. So, you're all sitting there for dinner, and now we officially start session 1. Go ahead.
Well, I know you guys already have cloaks and clothes and stuff, but I mean, from what I know from the Blight Shore, in Canton's Rest and all that jazz, this is not a place we want to go unprotected. So at least like this may protect some of our stuff and our equipment, so it doesn't rust in our hands. Trust me, this is the kind of shit that could happen.
Well, I mean, I don't see how it would rust. We can stay out of the water, and do we need to get some polish then? If it's what's, I don't understand why it would rust.
This is a bad place. This is a place where a lot of magic that none of us will probably ever comprehend is omnipresent. Like there is magic everywhere, and this is not a good one.
Sounds like a good place to study.
Oh, definitely. It's also a good place to die.
Oh no, I don't plan on dying.
What exactly was this place you speak of? What's the name of it, I mean?
Oh, well, the name it's called the Encanter's Rest. It was mentioned in the book that I read from Delilah, and this is a place that I heard mentioned in the past during my studies. And what I know from this place is that it, well, the legend says that it's where has taken place one of the biggest battle in the Calamity between the betrayers and the prime deities. One of the final battle also, and that there are still a lot of remnants of those battles in this area, including ruins and this kind of stuff. And I wouldn't be surprised if New Accent, the city we are going, was set place by Delilah, according to our book, although, to study this area.
Right.
And I mean, if she went there and found some mention of the True King back there, it's probable that it's at least as dangerous as all other places that we've encountered.
Right. Well, sounds like a fair enough plan to me. I'm getting a bit tired of this city. I feel like I've explored every nook and cranny there is to see right now.
So that's their names.
You tired of scales?
No. Well, I mean, I prefer having a varied lifestyle, you know.
It's it was nice to rest my weary old bones and I guess our travel-worn feet, but it feels like it's about time to get back on the road.
Right.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't want you to die of old age, staying in the same place. Would be sad given your history.
Yeah.
Well, so how long will it take us to travel to this place then?
Well, the citizens of Zozeth Kitchell were kind enough to pay for our charter to the new Haxon place you mentioned, Kale.
Yeah, but I don't know how long it would take. Maybe a couple of weeks?
They told you it'll be about 2 weeks.
So yeah, in about 2 weeks we should be in New Accent, and then from New Accent we'll be walking toward northbound to the Encanter's Rest. And
Well, before all of that, I'll probably have to inform you that I probably won't be joining you for the trip there.
Why not?
wait, what?
It's everything that's happened so far has been quite an adventure after all, but all in all, Charis needs me more than ever right now with all the upheavals with the Empire and how things are going right now in the world. Since one of the elders have died, the others are too old, and Tusten is already on his last legs. There's no one to stay and protect that sound anymore.
Well, if you're sure, then here we still have quite a few funds from the dragon turtle. Why don't you take it so you can help the economy out there and maybe build up some
I appreciate it, but honestly, I already used part of it, establishing enough connection from this town to Charis itself. So hopefully,
Right.
both would be self-sustainable enough,
Right.
and it should be a great enough place the next time you all stop there in the future.
Right.
Well.
Well,
Miss Ein, it was a pleasure traveling with you and an honor to fight alongside you.
Of course,
Yeah.
it's my pleasure as well, and it was enjoyable, even though there's a lot of dangers involved in front of us.
right. Well, I hate to see you go, but you know, love to watch you leave.
I knew it.
That
God
seems-
damn it.
That seems rather rude, like saying that you like watching someone leaving. I mean, they're going away, but I mean,
God damn it, creep.
fine. Well, despite us parting ways here, I don't think this will be the last time we meet or fight
course.
alongside each other. So,
Of course, my door's always open for you to come and visit and have a meal anytime.
Fine. It was a pleasure.
well, do you need anything before your return trip? So, like supplies, rations, or
Nah, I'll probably hitch a ride with some of the merchants making contact, so it'll be quite a relaxed trip here, I feel. If anything, I'll be praying for all of your success and protection for whatever the future may hold.
I'll be praying that you're watched over as well. Take care, Ein.
Been good to
course.
have you along. And appreciate all your assistance, of course.
Yes, it was
To see
fun.
you go.
Don't
I don't
worry.
want to see
I'll...
you go.
It's fine. You're strong enough by now. And don't worry, I'll still remember my promise. I'll still be working on trying to find an answer for your little problem.
Right.
I hug Ein.
Give
I
them a
suppose
good
we'll
old
see each
hug.
other
Mhm.
if we're ever in Charis then.
God damn it.
So Ein walks away. No, that's a new Haxon, Rorik.
Okay, thank you.
Ein walks away, and immediately Ein's new character walks through the... No, I'm joking with you. Just...
What are the? I'll pull a wrath here. What are the chances fate will give us someone else to travel with? I mean, really, if
All right. Go ahead and start role-playing,
Ravi
Ravi.
enters the room.
just- What's better than
Well, I
one
have
paladin?
made-
Two.
Well, I have made several acquaintances over the last few weeks, so you never know.
No, Conquest Paladin and a Redemption Paladin in the same party. That sounds
Terrifying.
interesting.
Well,
All of
maybe
the
there is
damage
a
is
cherry
vulnerable.
on top
Oh,
of
I'll
the
hit.
list.
All right. So, Ein walks away, and the rest of the party continues your dinner through into the evening, and then tomorrow, early in the morning, you all have to get up and head your way over towards the shoreline. As you go out there, you see that there's already a large group of individuals ready to shake your hands and see you all off. Ravi, of course, being in the head of everything and watching as it transpires. Hey, thanks for helping us out. Think we learned quite a bit while you all were here. Whenever you guys come back through, feel free to just crash at my place. And he gives Rorik his house key.
Thank you, Ravi. I appreciate it. And Rick will do that like firm handshake, but then pull it in for like a bro hug kind of thing. Or I assume he would probably pull it in for the bro hug, but
Ravi will just hug you. He's not doing that we're strong men bullshit. He's in touch with his feelings.
Rick will hug back. Because he is also in touch with his feelings. And he's happy for his friend.
Yeah, whenever you all want to come back through here, you just stop by, swing by, send us a heads up if you can, and we'll have another cookout, eh?
Sounds good. I don't think I can still sit right from the last one.
What
Because
did
spicy
you
foods.
guys do?
Oh, our cookouts are legendary. Best party you'll ever have. Dragonborn cookout.
Cookout. Okay. Yes. Very good.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no. No. I mean, some, but not that one. Kids were there. No, it's more like a family community type deal,
Yes.
Well, anyways, there's your vessel. You look up at a fairly sizable, not really galleon, more like a shipping unit of sorts. It's a very large structure, and you see a gnomish individual looks over off the side. All of you are the new passengers, eh?
Yes. Hello there.
We're gonna die.
Everybody keep an eye on your belongings.
Why is that? That doesn't seem right. Hi there. My name's Rurik. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure to meet you all, too. My name's Thimblethip Thudumbottom.
Put that
Wait,
in
can
chat.
you write it down?
You can call me Thimble. Thimble.
Right. Well, nice to meet you, Thimble.
Nice to meet you all,
With a
too.
massive TH or L?
And this
TH.
ship is your
Thimble.
This ship is your no man's land.
Yeah.
Yes.
Get ready to hear that every time you guys make a god-awful pun. Maybe that'll learn you.
Joke's on you. We're into that shit.
Fucking hell. All right, well, everybody, come on board. You're all welcome here on my vessel. Keep your hands and feet on the vessel at all times. If you fall over, we're not saving you. We're not stopping for you. And, of course, don't touch nothing that don't belong to you. Yes, just ignore the massive cannons. And as you guys are boarding, you see their ballistas are massive cannons. They're not crossbows. And none of you, aside from Rorik, have ever seen these before. Oh, sorry. McKee, I'd say you probably haven't seen any combat-based... Yeah, you weren't big into combat and stuff like that for your learning strategy, so yeah, you probably wouldn't see it either. So, Rorik, you recognize those are cannonball fucking cannons. They are... The Empire's been working on them for a while.
What kind I'm trying to think of the actual kind of cannons, like 34 pounders, 50.
24s. 24s. I gotta be able to lift them.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Well, come on aboard. Don't touch none of them, of course, unless you're looking to have some fun. And as you all walk up here, you see that they're just shy of 2.5 feet tall. They come up to about the knee on most of you, at best, as you all are walking up here. And you look around the vessel. There's a whole bunch of gnomes that are currently working on this vessel. There's about 20 of them in total, all across the area.
Looks like a fine crew you have here, Mr. Thimble.
Thimble. Just call me Thimble. It's fine.
Captain Thimble.
Yep. Oh, wait. It's not raining yet. Heavy winds, though. There we go. So, yeah, everybody, welcome aboard my vessel. If any of you have any questions, be sure to ask somebody else other than me. Your quarters have been designated to you downstairs. I hope all of you are comfy with some cots, It's the only thing we can really get you down here, and this is a shipping vessel, of course, and, well, there's, of course, something that you all need to understand. And he looks directly at you, Kyle. Kyle, gnomes are kind of like the only race that aren't seen in Xhorhas. Not for any particular reason, it's just they're not really from Xhorhas at all.
What? What do you want?
We're all heading out to New Hexen, all right? While you're aboard this vessel, you are not a member of any civilization, any community, any dens. You are a member of our guests. Though we may have guests of other rapport on our vessel, you are not welcome to treat them with any amount of disdain, as they are not allowed to treat you like that either. The expectation is we're all just trying to move on and survive. So, looks at you, Warwick. If you feel any special type of way, I will immediately have my crew drown you. And then he looks over at Kyle. Understood.
I already
Captain
ate
Thimble,
both, and this one I ate it even more than others.
Captain Thimble, I don't think any of that should be an issue with us.
Good.
Me and my companions are, we take someone with how, but sorry, I'm trying to think of the actual wording for this. We take someone by their actions and stuff, not by where they're from.
Alrighty, good. Just making sure we don't allow any type of disdain or conflicts happening with other groups impede on our mission.
Right.
All right?
I just thought when you said any kind of special way, that it felt a bit generic and broad. But so it's in regards to like conflict specifically.
Yeah, and general racism. We're not cool with that shit here.
Oh yes. Of
If
course.
any of you are caught trying to impede your own belief system, we'll drown you. And that's not an expression. We have a hole at the bottom of this ship where we keep a bunch of fish. We will throw you in there and leave you there for 7 days. You'll drown.
Right. Is that what they call sleeping with the fishes?
We don't believe in prisoners. Yeah, that's
Right.
exactly where the expression came from. Well.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, it's yeah. Well, Captain, if and there's any sort of conflict, if you need someone to help mediate with it, I find myself particularly good with helping resolve this sort of thing, without before them needing to be sleeping with the fishes.
We'll handle it our way, boy. Thank you, though.
There's no problem.
Alrighty, so let me show you downstairs to your quarters. Keep in mind there's going to be a couple of extra people down there as well. Just make friendly with them. And he walks across the creaky boards and heads over towards the bow of the ship as all of you begin descending downwards inside. As you all get down there, you see that the side wall has been opened up with curtains running across them on bars to give you a little bit of privacy, but it's nothing that's really that lavish or fancy. The crew has their below deck section for them, but all of you are on the second phase of the below deck where all of the storage units are. Again, this is not really a vessel meant to transport people, it's meant to transport goods. But given the circumstances, they had room, you're available, and they're heading in the proper direction. Alrighty, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, because Arita is here. All of you have your own rooms. Make nice with your other fellow guests if you would like. As you're down here, you see 3 people peek their heads out. The first one is a beaten and bruised looking Zemnian soldier who has their stripes forcibly ripped off their armor. The second one appears to be a a halfling with a hood over their head who doesn't really look up at any of you, just kind of like looks and then heads back in. And then the third one, Celia, would you like to describe yourself?
Well, she's basically a youthful-looking lady with a sharper gaze than needed, and a mediocre leaf build with an uncanny pair of eyes that's gleaming purple at first, but the longer one stares at it, the shades differ by the second. She has a relaxed gait while holding a book, an empty book that seems like she's writing while walking around. All in all, she's dressed as if looking like a weary traveler, but the looks of it doesn't seem to pinpoint any specific place, but a mishmash of styles from different lands.
And is she halfling, elf, or human?
I believe she looks pretty human.
Human looking, unless someone has experience with ASMRs as a whole.
Which none of you
size?
would. However, one of you recognizes her. Makit, you were saying
Greetings.
something. I apologize. What was it?
Yeah, if you remember backstory, I actually have an ASMR as one of my contacts at the Lyceum.
That is correct. So Makit would recognize Asimar. But nobody else would. Warwick, however, you recognize her. It's been a number of years, though.
Greetings, everyone. We'll be traveling to get... Celia? I don't believe my eyes. Celia, is that you?
Oh, hello, Sir Rick. You look like hammer shit over the years, as some people should say.
Yeah, it's... Well, old age catches up to all of us eventually. And Gore goes over and shakes her hand. Unless she wants to turn it into a hug kind of deal. But
And she's basically just shakes your hand in a relaxed kind of way instead of trying not to be too close to hugs, at least.
I haven't seen you since... What has it been? 20, 30 odd years?
Roughly around that long. Honestly, it's been a long time ever since they said you were missing for a while.
That's well, that's a story in and of itself. You don't look a year past the day I saw you.
Well, as long as you remember the little bet that me and Zenny had that I'll look way younger than they are, no matter what.
That's true. By the way, you grew your hair out. It looks good.
Yeah, not being in the group lets me cut loose a bit more. I see you have new companions these days.
Oh, I'm sorry, everyone. This is an old friend of mine, Celia. Celia, what's your last name? If you have
Is that how you say it?
just-
Celia or Celia?
Yeah, Celia.
Celia.
For
Okay,
most of
sorry.
them, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Celia is for people from different parts of the world.
Do you know? Does your character have a last name too?
No, she never introduces it that way.
This is Celia, an old acquaintance of mine. Celia, this is McKeats, KL, Ariety. He's the shy one back there.
Creve comes walking up to Celia and just...
This is Creve.
My name is Creve. Pleasure to meet you.
I'm going to allow that interruption because it's 100% in character.
I know.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah. Well, at least one of you is spirited enough. Yes. It's really good to meet you.
May I
So,
ask, Rurik, an acquaintance of what time?
Well, we both, when I was working as a mercenary, per se.
Of course. mercenary groups come in all shapes and forms. So
It's true. Whereas I usually fought more for duty, so to speak, and loyalty. Celia here was more in it for the monetary gain, but we got along well, and she's a great fighter, and all that.
well, I spend most of it depending on him and his friends. So there's that as well. All in all, it's a pleasure to meet you all. Hope we have a wonderful trip.
Likewise. So you were saying something about shapes and forms?
Freaking grief.
Damn you.
I'm also familiar with those.
Yeah, apologies for his behavior.
What are you apologizing for? Apologize for his behavior.
Well,
Mine?
Whose behavior?
Mickey's.
lively little bunch, at least.
We're definitely varied.
Well, I see you'll never get bored of this no matter what after all. So, feel free.
Well, it can sometimes be like herding cats, but it's nothing new, if you remember. Oh, and also this here is my dog Buster, and that's Creeve's cat Omen.
Oh, hi.
Oh yeah. What does Buster? What language does Buster speak again?
Elvish.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Yeah.
chose Elvish. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Right. Good to meet you. She just try to pat both, unless Omen just goes crazy about it.
Omen will immediately swipe and bite at you.
He said herding cats, but we only have one cat, so it shouldn't be a problem. He's a kind of bit of a hell cat, this one, though.
Well, looks angry enough to be one, so.
Right. Well, his name is quite fitting.
Poor Omen. We'll always get the short stick.
Oh, by the way,
Yes, yeah.
Jared, animal logistics that I want to consider too. Are we bringing Butterscotch on this trip too, or is she staying in Zorzeth Kitchell?
If you would like to bring her, sure. Just know that the terrain out there is the most dangerous landscape in Xhorhas. Now, let me repeat myself in case nobody heard me. The most dangerous landscape in Xhorhas.
Yeah. I think he'll leave Butterscotch here and kind of have Ravi take care of her, take her out on rides every so often with his niece. His niece would probably love to ride a horse.
All right, so Butterscotch will stay here. Yep, that's fine. But yeah, it is. Yeah, go for it. It's fine. Anyways, as you're now on top of the vessel, you each get to set up your own little rooms. As you do have, sorry, I said cots before. They're all hammocks. With the sway of the ocean down here, you are forced into hammocks. And, of course, you all hear, within about 15 minutes or so, the gnomish Thimble comes down here. Okay, now, everybody, so we're going to have a little bit of entertainment here this evening. If any of you are interested in it, it is BYOB. Of course, but if you want to purchase some extra B, we got all of that you can see.
Very good, very good.
Get it, see, 'cause ocean.
And maybe I can brew up some tea.
You were really trying on that one, weren't you? I like it. I like the enthusiasm. It's so much fun. Yeah. But yeah, are you a brewer or some kind? Can you make us?
Cream?
I love
well,
this party.
Well,
We're
I-
called the Dream Team, by the way.
Are we?
that sounds fitting.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, it does sound fitting, and but yeah, Captain. I've recently I've been focusing on tea, but I have known how to make some more alcoholic beverages back in the day.
Do you by any chance know how to make some knuckle draggers?
Gerald, would I? Know
You
what those are?
would, because you are from the Empire. Knuckle draggers are a very specific line of, we'll call them ales, that are sold inside of Hupperduke. As Hupperduke has 4 hours every night of intense partying, Knuckle Dragger is like the kind of go-to ale that everybody gets, and the reason it's called that is because people who drink it get fucking jacked up most of the time and, you know, end up fighting each other and shit.
And if, of course, and if you have some hupper fruit, then I know a small trick to really zest it up a bit.
You see the human who was kind of like eyed you all up and now is like wide-eyed as he's looking you up and down, Warwick, and then kind of tucks himself back in. He's wearing Empire garb. However, he had military stripes that were forcibly ripped from his armor, and he looks beaten.
I remember that description,
Okay,
but
just-
Rourke still, like, you know, he gave the other one, the halfling, as well, the greetings, and didn't like have any sort of judgmental look.
Alrighty. The cloaked one is the halfling who has yet to introduce themselves to anybody and has been staying in their own place. Cloaked. The gnome is the crew of the ship.
Right.
So, like, all of the workers on this ship are gnomish. You guys, welcome to hell.
What?
So-
Who said that?
Omen just blinks at you. All right, so yeah, if you want to get set up, we actually have a little station over there. Hey, Screwy! Yeah. You got an extra set of supplies for all of the brewing and shit? Yeah. Cool. We'll set you up over there in the corner if you want to make some stuff. And you know what? If we like it, we'll thank you. So, Warwick, you'll be set
Fair
up in a
enough.
little brewing station if you want to do that on the trip.
Yeah, sure. That's that. Rourke wants to help out, and if that helps out the crew and also his fellow passengers, yeah. What would I roll for brew supplies, by the way?
This is going to be a wisdom roll for the brewer supply. You're making
Okay,
knuckle
I'm not-
dragger ale, so it's more like knowing the recipe and shit like that. But you are proficient, so there's that.
So I'll just roll that and hopefully not roll shit.
Yeah,
Oh hey.
and of course it'll take you a week to like make sure it's drinkable. You have to let the yeast settle for a little bit and stuff. But yeah, they'll let you over there tinkering around and setting everything up. And of course, this is all very sophisticated Zemnian workstations out here. Like, you recognize many of the brandings from the companies that, you know, the Empire would have on almost everything they have down here.
While he's doing this too, Kuruk would also offer to teach Kreve and KL kind of how this is done for the knuckle draggers.
Oh, this is going to be lovely. Celia, of course, as part of your agreement for coming with the crew, you are expected to perform once every night just to keep the livelihood of everything up, you know, just a little bit. So, after a couple of hours, you all go upstairs. Also, I didn't know if you saw this or not, but Kyle, BYOB is bring your own booze. Or bring your own bottle.
Yeah, your own booty.
I mean, if you're Kreve. But anyways, you all go on top of the deck, and Celia is currently setting up a little bit of a performance area what instrument are you lying down to perform with, by the way?
Well, since not back at my little home yet, it's a pan flute for ease of carry. So that
Very
would
well.
be the current use.
So yeah. She takes out a pan flute. Yeah.
Just because it might be relevant, you will see that Creve is actually carrying a vial. So he's might be. It might be just for show, or he might actually be able to use it.
I totally play guitar, guys.
Yeah.
Insert smoke
But
on the
only
water.
at after parties.
Wait, isn't a viola a violin
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing? Okay.
Yeah,
But it's kind of a
Smaller one, yeah.
So I actually have to ask: is it violin, or fiddle? What is your play style? Because all three are relatively the same instrument, but how do you play?
Creve plays is like a fiddle.
So you go country bumpkin style, fucking.
Well, yeah, I suppose, but if you have like the archetypical image of Satan playing the fiddle, that's Creve.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's totally normal.
Oh yeah, like the time the devil went down to Georgia.
Yeah. There we go.
I mean, this time the
Went
devil went down to
on
Jorhas.
I am so not looking forward to your soundtrack. But anyways, everybody goes up to the top of the deck. It is mandatory that people show up, including all of the guests, just for a nightly head count. You only need to show up at the beginning. And of course, Captain Thimble is looking at you all, very excited about all of this. And, you see the other, what do you call them? Passengers coming up here. The human looks to be maybe in his mid-30s, late 30s, give or take. And the halfling still just keeps their hood up, looks over at Thimble, waves, and then heads back downstairs. The human walks up to your little group over here. He removed all of his armor and is now wearing, casual Zemnian clothing. It is a pleasure to meet you all.
It's a pleasure to meet you too, friend. Can I interest you in a knuckle dragger here? Rick offers one of the drinks.
I am 3 years sober. Thank you.
My apologies. I'll give you something
fine.
lighter.
I have.
Instead.
Well,
Sounds like
that
a-
was good.
Sounds like a bad condition.
Yeah, that
3 years, you
is
say? Oh,
that is certainly a joke I have not heard recently. And he's looking at all of you, but his eyes keep darting to Kyle, a little scared, and then looking away. What brings you all to New Haxon?
Is it any of your business?
It's
I suppose not.
well, if we're being honest, we're looking to help out. My friend here needs some help, for example, and also we're trying to uncover some things that are kind of a mystery to us, What about you? What's your business there?
I just didn't leave you time. Oh, for the growl. I apologize. I thought you were done. I am just looking to go away for a while. Serve a little bit for the leadership and, hopefully make myself useful while out there.
Well, if you wanna talk about anything that's troubling you, I'm a good listener.
Oh, there is no trouble, of course. Just looking forward to the new start. Of course.
Well, as I said, here's something softer. I think you'll like. It's so I'm trying to think of the type of teas. Ginseng.
Oh, thank you. And he walks over to you, Kyle. I have never met Jorhasian in person. It is nice to meet you.
Not sure I can say likewise.
Yeah, we have a lot of hostility on the bottle, do we not? Sorry.
You might want to change your clothes.
Why? He looks down. What is wrong with what I am wearing?
If you're sailing through Drohast, you don't want to wear imperial. What do you call it? Like
garb.
Regalia?
Garbs. Yeah, garbs.
Garbs. I had the captain's word that nothing would happen on this vessel. If that is not the case, I am sure I could try to find a different set of clothing.
Nothing will happen on this vessel, but nothing guaranteed that nothing will happen to you as soon as you set foot on this continent. I won't do shit. I'm not one of the damned, but you never know who you might meet.
He looks to be getting very nervous now. I was under the impression that New Haxon was a neutral territory. Is it not?
Sure. Neutral, not imperial.
Oh yeah.
On the surface.
Would you say, Celia?
Yeah. I'll just a quick quip when he's saying neutral. On the surface, it's neutral.
Right. I mean, I've already made the proper accommodations to make myself useful out there. In the name of this, their most recent project, of course.
She'll be putting a finger in the harsh gesture. Well, certain things are better off kept to yourself, but a simple tip from a wandering fellow: just try to keep calm and not fidget so much. Your nervousness makes you very delectable on certain people, especially when you set foot on the continent.
Yeah, I suppose. Scheiße. Okay. I just got to act cool, right? Act cool. All right. Yeah.
Always.
Cool. All right.
Finger gun.
Yeah. He is clearly incredibly scared right now.
And Chaos be snarling at him doesn't help.
Well, I mean, I think right now we're kind of considered him an ally, so he's in the aura, I assume.
Yeah, that certainly helps, but you have to remember this is a military person who is escaping the Empire. He's into enemy territory. So He's
It's all right. You'll be fine out here. I'm sorry we didn't catch your name.
Dachshund. Mm,
How do you spell that? Dachshund?
yes.
Like the dog or?
Dachshund like this. You can just call
Ah.
me Dachshund. I I no longer have the last name.
Well, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Dachshund. My name's Rurik. These are my traveling companions. McKeet over there, Kreve, and Kale here.
It is pleasure.
Hmm.
Should be.
Well, and
So
if you just want emotional support animal, I have my dog here,
hello.
Buster.
Oh, hello, puppy. I'm more of a cat person myself, personally, but this is nice, and he pets Buster.
That's fair. I'd recommend not trying to pet Creeve's cat. He seems to have an attitude.
I will.
I'm glad
keep
you
this in
finally
mind.
picked up on it, Rurik.
I will. I'll keep this in mind. Thank you. And your hospitality is much appreciated. Thank you. Yes. Once we get into Haxon, do any of you have? I assume you're on your way to join one of the garrisons, correct? Are you here on employment from Satyana or one of the well, you know, assembly?
Can I do
Didn't
an
didn't
insight
I
check?
say that it's? Go ahead. Sorry.
None of
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Can I do an insight check to see? Oh, not insight. History check to see if Rurik knows of that person.
Unfortunately, with you growing up in a propaganda state, there's zero opportunity that you would know about this unless you were a part of it.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not affiliated with any of them. I'm an independent group.
Why is
Oh.
it any of his business?
Kale, there's no reason to be rude.
I
Actually-
understand. There's so much hostility. It's fine.
Yeah, it's silly. Just like, don't worry. Well, most of the business tends to be towards Tatiana after all. She's the de facto leader in Yahaxen. Not many can go against the dragon.
Wait, what?
Ah,
Yeah.
the dragon. I'm not sure I follow.
That was a
Well,
name.
she just takes out like her little book of tales, just flips it. Well, part of the story is that if you are not familiar with New Haxton, it tells of a city ruled by a dragon, a copper dragon. Quite a. Some say it was hands off, some say it's ruled with an iron fist. Yet it still stayed neutral no matter the odds, one way or another. At least the leader herself is quite benevolent by all things considered.
That is
So not to worry.
that is what I have heard. Thank you for the reassurance. I was kind of a little concerned. What about the martinet? Is that
Well, I assume you're referring to as the assembly folks. Well, their business is mostly their own, and not many know of what they do, unless you have insider information with which I apologize. I don't have much knowledge of it.
It turns out that nobody has.
That's how the normal business for them tends to go after all.
that is so but things are neutral out there, right? No empire, Jorhas, no conflict.
No, they tried to enforce the fact that whatever faction you sue may be, the ruler is Satyana herself, and no one can do anything about it. So whatever it is on her own discretion, and whatever factions you are does not matter. Each side may do their own business, and minds their own business as well. As long as no one steps on each other's stuff, then everything is fine and dandy.
Yep.
That is a bit more reassuring. So, I believe I am counted for, Captain? What? Yeah. Okay. Well, it was nice meeting you all. I will see you downstairs.
It was a pleasure, Docs. And as I said, if you ever just want to talk about what troubles you, I'd happily lend you an ear.
Danke. Roll a persuasion.
You know what? Fuck it. This guy's nervous. Berg's trying to be like helpful. Can I use that? Like just to kind of provide
sure,
that, like,
sure,
aura of nice guy. 21.
That's good enough. He looks back a little bit, but then continues going downstairs. And I believe this is probably where we are going to be ending the session, everybody. So, players, thank you all very much for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Goodbye.